Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Porshea Wilkins here. Today I want to talk about growth and progression. Those two words are very, very powerful. For me, growth means advancement and progression is time. So for growth and progression, it's advancement over time. And achieving anything in life requires both growth and progression. It requires you to advance over a certain period of time. I'm reminded of the scripture where Apostle Paul talks about when he was a child, he acted, thought, and spoke like a child. But when he became a man, he put away those childish things. And the key word in that scripture is became. See, you will never be until you first value becoming. In order for me to be a wife, I had to first value becoming a wife by being a friend, being a girlfriend, being a fiance, and then becoming a wife. And the same thing it goes regardless of what you're doing. If you are in school and you want to be a doctor, you must first value becoming a doctor by going to class on time, studying, passing your tests, and you're going to repeat that cycle over 5, 10 years, however long it takes for you to get your degree. The same thing with being an entrepreneur. I have a lot of friends who are very successful. They're millionaires in their respective fields. And so now that they are millionaires, the part that they talk about the most isn't the millionaire status, it's who they became in the process, the person that they were actually able to become because of that advancement over time, because of the growth and the progression that took place. And so I extracted from that conversation in some of my mentorship sessions a few key components and blueprints as it relates to growth. I'm going to share those with you guys. The first step in the blueprint for growth is actually awareness. In order for you to get to where you want to go, you must first understand where you are. Think about it this way. If you were going over to a friend's house and you've never been there before, you're driving and you get lost, your GPS isn't working, you're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call them, and you're going to say, hey, I'm lost, how do I get to your house? Well, the first thing that they're going to say to you is, okay, cool, where are you? And you got to give them some information about where you are so they can get you the directions to their house. Now, a lot of times with people, when it comes to success and in life, egos, pride, all that gets in the way, and you can't receive proper counsel to get to where you want to go because you can't be honest about where you are at the moment. You're not aware of that, or if you are aware of that, you're denying it. You don't want to believe that that's where you are. So you say one thing and you receive counsel on that one thing, which isn't the proper thing, and next thing you know, you're repeating the same cycle. You wasted time and you wasted money because you refuse to be honest with yourself and aware about where you are. So the first step in the blueprint for growth is you gotta be aware of where you are. The second step is actually the authority. You gotta take control over your mind. You have to take control over your thoughts. You gotta take authority over your belief. You have to take those negative things and remove them from your life. Surround yourself with positive things that are conducive for you to achieve your goal. Because when you're doing something that's positive and productive, there's going to be a lot of harsh things and obstacles that come your way. It's dream, drama, then the destination. So if you don't take authority or ownership over your mind, over your thoughts, then when the drama comes, you're going to fold up. Number 3 is action, okay? Nothing starts until you do. Everything begins with an action. You must get out there and do the work that's necessary to get to where you want to go. Number 4 is going to be accountability. This one is good and it's challenging for a lot of people. There's a difference between your coach and your cheerleader. Everybody has cheerleaders. These are people who are going to applaud you no matter what you do. These folks don't always necessarily have your interests at best when it comes to achieving your goal. They just like you or just want to be around you, so they're going to just say yes to you about everything, and no matter what you do, it's always good, it's always great. Parents do that a lot to their kids. My husband and I do our best not to do that to our daughter because we want her to continue to grow and progress. But if you applaud everything that they do all the time, even when they make mistakes, you hinder the opportunity for them to grow. they don't get that experience that's necessary. And then when life happens and it comes up again, they're sitting there waiting for an applause. When in actuality, they got more work to do. So you actually hinder folks' growth when you're just applauding them all the time and you're just their cheerleader. That's why you gotta have a coach in your life. And these are mentors, these are people who are, they don't like you where you are. They love you like you are, but want you to be better. They want more for you. They see what you can't see at the present time, and they're not afraid to tell you the truth about yourself. These are sometimes conversations that are difficult to have because they're going to hurt your feelings. Nobody wants to hear the truth about themselves, especially when they're failing at something or they're not excelling like they should be. But that's what coaches are for. They're there to get you to that next step so that you can achieve the goal. Because if they're connected to you, your success is on their name as well. And so you are part of their fruit from their success tree. And they want to see you win. They want to see you thrive. So take heed to the accountability, receive that accountability, respect it, and do what's necessary so that you can continue to get it from them. And then number 5 is attraction. Your mindset is the cornerstone for your community meaning your environment. However you think is going to bring about whatever it is that you just thought about. You're going to attract certain people with your thoughts. You're going to attract certain activities with your thoughts. Your environment is the sum total of everything that you've been thinking. Wherever you are in life, you made the appointment to be there by your thoughts. So that's the blueprint for growth and progression. And it's really, really important. That expansion over time, that period there is to get your character right. Our gifts will make room for us and position us before great men. But our gifts can position us in a room that our character can get us kicked out of. And if God changes where you are before changing who you are first in your character, you'll always go back to where you once were. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to achieve success and then get rock bottom again. It's never fun. Now, there are going to be business cycles where there's ups and downs along the way. That's different. I'm talking about a person who had it all and then lost it all. There's something that happened along that journey up, character-wise, that they didn't correct, that caused them to make a certain decision that resulted in their fall. So be prepared, be aware, and be ready to make that change. This has been another Lady Wilkins Wisdom Tip. I hope it's been a blessing for you. If so, please share it with somebody else, and I'll see you guys on the next